Tonight on Newsnight. Desperate patients held to ransom by greedy corporations. Tempers reach boiling point at the NHS as news finally reaches them that private companies are on the verge of that elusive biomechanical kidney. Is it worthwhile going to Nigeria for your final group project, or just a cheap excuse for a holiday? Is chocolate the new currency in our schools? Kit Kats being used to bribe innocent students? Will this really give you a good evaluation on Seoul? And so to our top story tonight. A £400,000 price tag on your life? So say MUNI, the latest company to have discovered the elusive biomechanical kidney. But what is this really? Scientific wizardry or simply technical mumbo-jumbo? Karolina Mazan has this report.
Make Up a Name Incorporation is not a novice on the healthcare arena. They've been specializing for over 20 years in biomechanical prosthetics. Their biggest inventions are biomechanical digits and arms. But now they're just about to break through into an entire new market, which we thought is going to be only possible in science fiction movies. As in few months, MUNI is going to introduce a biomechanical kidney in the market, which cannot be rejected by a recipient and will cause no side effects. The company's R&D department has been working for a few years on different biomechanical organs, such as hearts and livers, but it's the kidney that's been given permission by healthcare authorities and is now in the final stages of trials. To find out more, I'm here to talk to the CEO of MUNI, Mark Vinton.
So here at MUNI Incorporated, we've managed to create a very exciting innovation. And what we've been able to do is combine biological technology and mechanical technology. And we've created biomechanical organs, which are identically matched to the recipient. So there's no risk of rejection. Now, as you can imagine, the world of organ donation is very, there's massive amounts of demand for these organs, but there's just not enough to go around. So what we've tried to do is create a substitute and really get rid of this kind of lack of organs for those who need it the most.
It all sounds good, but the revolution comes with a price tag, and this is a potentially hefty one. Experts have estimated that the new biomechanical kidney can cost up to £400,000, which will make it available only to the richest of the society. That poses a serious question of equity. Although the medical benefits of the new product are undeniable, it remains to be seen if the economic products will be viable in the long term.
Yes, a very thrilling report there from Miss Mazan. Thank you. And we are now joined in the studio by none other than Mr. Mark Vinton himself, the CEO of MUNI Incorporated, to see what he has to say for himself. And also the Health Minister, Lord Zain Naqvi. Thank you very much for gracing us with your presence. So, Mr. Vinton, the main question I have for you is, how much is all this going to cost?
Per unit, the costing would say perhaps come around to 400 to 500 to 600,000.
Okay, let me stop you right there. So you're telling me that you're expecting the average consumer to pay up to £500,000 for this technology? Is this the price that you're putting on their life?
Well, it's not really a price we're putting on their life.
Well, can you justify it?
It's not us to justify it. It's whether they can. Can they afford it? That's not, that's not something that's a constraint we've had to deal with.
So coming to you now, Lord. Mm-hmm. This seems like quite a revolutionary technology.
It is indeed.
Can we expect the NHS to be chiming in on this?
It comes down to a lot of things. We have to consider opportunity costs. What we can do with this money if it doesn't go into kidney transplantation. Biomechanical kidneys, fair enough, they're the latest thing. They're going to revolutionize kidney transplant. But if you think about it, this money can be used for other treatments. Should I treat one patient with a kidney transplant or thousands with other treatments?
Okay, so we've mentioned the lost opportunity cost. Now, the man on your right here is claiming that the demand for such a product would be some 3,000 patients a year. Do you think these figures are right? And if they are, then don't you think the NHS has a duty to meet these demands?
He's picking numbers out of the sky. He doesn't know what the actual demand is. It changes every year.
So you've got somebody right here who's got a product already in place that would enable you to meet this demand, and yet you are categorically stating that you're not going to take them up on this offer. Why is this? Is this because you haven't got the capacity to supply this?
that is one reason we do not currently have the supply. We cannot meet the supply currently with the live organs. That's true. But the main problem is we have a budget constraint. The alternative he's providing isn't feasible for us right now. Maybe in the future we will be able to subsidize it, but as it is currently, the treatment option isn't. Okay,
so it's too expensive. Would you be willing in the future perhaps just to subsidise this for the NHS?
Well, it's just, it's quite a difficult question to go and answer, really.
Okay, well, let me put it to you this way then. It seems from speaking to the Lord that you're going to have quite a lot of interest in such a product. So how are you going to price it in a certain way that it's amenable to everyone? For example, developing countries.
Interestingly, I don't think we're in a position to really price fix between different nations. I think we can only really come up with one price and offer it to everyone. Whether the individual nation decides to, subsidize it to a different level or not, that's up to them. I think it would be highly unethical for us.
Well, personally, I think you already could be accused of being quite unethical by the extortionate price that you're trying to charge customers for this. But enough of this bickering, okay? Now to our economic correspondent, Sonia, to tell us all about the niceties of the economy of this.
First, we thought that it would cost about £400,000. Now we're hearing an estimated cost of £500,000. What does this mean? Money has created a monopoly. It holds the intellectual property and the patent for this product. As the only one to sell the product, it can make its own price for it. Our sources have told us that it only costs £250,000 to produce. With a price tag of £500,000, this is a 100% markup.
Moreover, in a competitive market, demand is met by supply and equilibrium is reached. However, as money has created a monopoly, they have set a high price tag where equilibrium cannot be currently reached. This, in turn, creates deadweight loss, as shown on the graph.
Now, back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Sonia, for that invigorating display of health economics. Very insightful. I'm now joined by Mr. Obi from Nigeria, a certain advocate of the Patient for Kidneys Foundation. So, Mr. Obi, I understand that you are pro the technology, but against the prices. Can you elaborate on this?
My biggest concern as a representative of the Kidneys for Patients Foundation is that the price is just far too high, and unfortunately people will be selling houses unless there is government intervention. So we have to protect the vulnerable. We have to make sure that they're happy and that free and that healthcare is available to all.
Okay, Mr. Obi, thank you very much for joining us. Now moving on to our next story, this whole debacle about Imperial College students going wild in Nigeria. What is going on? I've had enough. This undone because does it bunch up while I'm talking? Is it working, Obi? Biomechanical kidneys. Cut it.
Next.
Oh, okay.
Sonia's calling. That was good, wasn't it?
Hello.
Wow.
I thought you were meant to cushion the blow.
Okay, I'm gonna stand here, yeah.
I don't have a watch. I don't have a watch. I don't have a watch.
3,000 people waiting. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. It's potentially. It has a potential. Oh, there's really thousands of no. But medical. Although the was the end. I can't do it. Blah. Fireball.
So close.
I know. I'm so not in the mood anymore.
Come on, man. Starving.
I know.
Think of the
Me
starving
too.
children in India.
Oh, the actual kidney. Oh.
I need to pee, can I go?
Why are you?
Yeah, I really need to pee all of
Oh.
Can I go out that door?
Oh my god, come on, just go.
Zain needs to pee. Everybody, Zain needs to pee.
I need to pee so badly, actually.
Okay. So now let's talk about the economics of this.
Where's the toilet? Oh, seriously.
Where's the toilet?
Like, if you walk out and you... What does this mean? Biomechanical organs.
No, I'm joking. It'll come so bad. Now we're joined. Oh, my bloody thing creaked. I'm now joined from our Manchester studio by Obadah. Do you want a name, by the way?
The price is just far too high, and unfortunately people will be selling houses unless there is government intervention. So we have to protect the vulnerable. We have to make sure that